Okay, we're down to the last few layers on this, and believe it or not, it's printed that thing pretty darn well. So it'll be done here in just a few minutes, and we can pop that thing off there. And, but yeah, I'm real impressed. I mean, you know, that part doesn't have much contact area. Again, no supports, and you know, there's certainly going to be some, you know, undesirable, you know, parts to it. You know, some imperfections to it because of the dome, you know, that it's trying to print. But the fact of the matter is that, you know, it's still coming out pretty darn good, you know, with all things considered. You know, I mean, it didn't break loose or anything, because, you know, at first, you know, the slit down the middle of it, you know, it's like it's printing two halves that only had a very small contact zone. You know, I was kind of worried that the printer may knock it loose or something, you know, and, you know, but it's never happened to me before, but, you know, it's always the first time. But yeah, it's actually come out pretty darn good, surprisingly enough. Let's go check the layers and see where we're at on that. Oh, let's see, we're down to, well, last layer. I just finished. So, you know, the bed's still hot, but it's got such small contact, you know, I'll bet you I can break it loose right now. Yeah, it might be a little too hot. I don't know if it's warm enough to get off there or not. Of course, I'm not going to be able to completely remove this. This is going to be a little difficult, but yep. Just a couple of good pops, it pops right off. Now, let me go ahead and, you know, do my requisite, you know, cleaning of the printer after I'm done with the print. Okay. Like I said, you know, it's such a small contact area, it didn't generate too much of a mess or anything. Again, normally I let it cool down considerably more than this before I pop it off, but if it's a small contact area part, you know, chances are it's a lot easier to break off. But yeah, you can see that, you know, again, the part certainly has some, well, let me put it in flower mode. You know, the part, you know, certainly has some imperfection here. It, you know, because when you're trying to print, doggone it, when you're trying to print, you know, at these very shallow angles here, you know, it can be kind of hard for it to come out good. You know, I got a little bit of bridging and stuff, but you can break that out, you know, no problem. But yeah, it can be a little hard. You know, this side came out a little better in some ways, but, you know, because the same thing happened in the sphere. I'm not surprised by that. I mean, you got some imperfection, you know, at those shallow angles, because again, I'm printing with no supports here. And at that angle, that's enough to where it probably should have some supports. But, you know, still, as just a test prototype, you know, that's not too bad. So, you know, it's, you know, overall it came out really quite nice inside here. But again, I'm not surprised by this imperfection at all. I mean, I was kind of expecting it. And like I said, that's about right, you know, what you'd get. This is a little worse than that red sphere did. But the fact of the matter is that given the fact I didn't use any supports and everything, it's still pretty impressive, you know, what it did. So, anyway, just wanted to show you that, and that pretty much concludes this video. So, take care.